Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. Well, tomorrow night will be Revival Night at South Campus with Joe and Becky. We'll look forward to seeing you there. Right now, I want us to come back to Exodus chapter 15, and let me give you a leadership thought today for all of our leaders that are tuning in and watching this. In the book of Exodus chapter 15, the scripture said, "Then Moses led Israel from the Red Sea, and they went into the desert of Shur. For 3 days they traveled in the desert without finding water. When they came to the waters of Marah, they could not drink it because its waters were bitter. That is why the place is called Marah. So the people grumbled against Moses, saying, 'What are we to drink?' Then Moses cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. He threw it into the water, and the water became sweet." Now, if you want to have an interesting study, just take the next few chapters and study the words quarrel and grumble. Now, as a leader, it will almost discourage you. For instance, if you notice in this passage, 3 days after an incredible victory, 3 days after they went through the sea as on dry ground and saw the greatest army in the world at that time wiped out by God. 3 days. And they went from shouting the victory to grumbling against Moses. Now, brothers and sisters, one of the things you have to learn as leaders is that people don't complain against God, they complain against the leaders. And God had to teach Moses, "Now Moses, they're not speaking against you, they're speaking against me." But I want you to notice how well Moses handled this first time of grumbling. He didn't do quite as well later, but notice how well he handled this first grumbling. Then Moses cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. He didn't get mad at the people, he didn't fight back. He prayed, he cried out to God. Now, one of the things you have to learn as a leader is that when people have a need, they grumble. When people have a need, they quarrel. They quarrel with leaders. And as a leader, either you can fight back with the people and you can get mad at the people, or you can ask God for a solution. This first time, Moses handled it very, very well. He cried out to God, God showed him what to do, and the need was met. May I suggest that as leaders, we always try to live like that? Don't go fight with the people. Don't go get in a war with the people. People, when they have a need, are going to quarrel with leaders. They're going to grumble with leaders. Study all the different times grumbling and quarreling is mentioned here in the next few chapters. But just see how Moses handled this the first time. Rather than fight with the people, rather than get frustrated with the people, he immediately cried out to God. God showed him a solution. If you're a leader and people are quarreling with you because of their needs, don't fight back. Cry out to God. God will show you what to do.